Hi, this is the second of the polynomial long division videos. 7b again, using the box method. So, example 2 was x cubed plus 2x squared minus 17x add 6 divided by x minus 3. Well, I can see that I've got a cubic divided by a linear, so I'm going to end up with a quadratic. Now, the thinking behind this is it's a multiplication grid. So what I'm saying is x minus 3 times by something gives me the x cubed plus 2x squared blah 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 blah. So the contents of the box, the product of my two factors is my cubic, and when I get up here, the quadratic factor is what I want. Now let's just put in the x cubed. Okay, that means that must be x squared, because remember this is a multiplication grid. That means that must be minus 3x squared. But I don't want minus 3x squared, I need 2x squared in total, so I'm going to fix that by adding on 5x squared. Now I've got my positive 2x squared. That means this must have been positive 5x. Okay. Well, that means that this must be minus 15x. I don't want minus 15x, I want minus 17x. So I'm going to fix that here. Now I've got minus 17x, which means that must be minus 2. Minus 2 times minus 3 is 6. That's what I want. So I'm done. No remainder. So there's my quadratic factor. So x cubed plus 2x squared minus 17x plus 6 equals x minus 3 multiplied by x squared plus 5x minus 2. That was example, what was that? That was example 2. For example 3, the nice thing about this is I don't need to remember those 0 columns. I'm doing 4x to the 4 minus 17x squared plus 4 divided by 2x add 1. So a quartic divided by a linear, that means I need to move that out of the way. That means my other factor must be cubic. And the reason that's important is just because it tells me how many columns I'm going to have. I'm going to have 4 columns for a cubic. 2x plus 1. Let's put him in the top left, as I always put the first one in. Okay, so that must be 2x cubed, which means that must be 2x cubed. Well, I don't want 2x cubed, so let's take it away. That gives me the right number of x cubes, which is 0 in this case. This must be minus x squared, which means this must be minus x squared. I don't want minus 1x squared, I want minus 17x squared. So I'm going to fix it. There you go, now I've got minus 17x squared, which means this must be minus 8x. This must also be minus 8x. I don't want minus 8x, I want no x, so let's fix that. 2x then goes into 8x 4 times. 4 times 1 is 4, no remainder. So 4x to the 4 minus 17x squared plus 4 is equal to 2x add 1, 2x cubed minus x squared minus 8x add 4. Of course the answer is exactly the same as when I did it using the traditional method, it's just a different method. And let's do example 4. Two x cubed minus 5x squared minus 16x plus 10 divided by x minus 4, and I want the remainder. Well, cubic divided by linear must be quadratic, so I'm after 3 columns. X minus 4, 2x cubed, so that must be 2x squared. That must be minus 8x squared. I don't want minus 8x squared, I want minus 5x squared, so let's fix that, which means that must be 3x, which means that must be minus 12x. I don't want minus 12x, I want minus 16x, so there you go, now I've got that. X into minus 4x is minus 4, minus 4 times minus 4 is 16. I want 10. I don't want 16, so if I had another column, I'd do a minus 6 up there. That's my remainder. Different, don't mind which technique you use, whichever one you decide. I think maybe watch the video again now, get your head around this technique. And this is one of those rare things that you just need to practice a billion of them. So I'd be doing all of exercise 7b. Or maybe not all of it, there's actually quite a lot of them. But enough to be all over the technique. This is one where you've just got to remember the steps. Okay, see you in a bit.